For more content and full-length interviews, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, The Beat Basement. Thanks.
Yo, Zaytoven checking in. Check it out. Beat Basement, the championship. Come compete. Bring your A game. You know what I mean? It's going up. The Beat Basement, man. Beat Battle Championship. Yeah, it's going down. Zaytoven said that.
You are now listening to The Beat Basement, Season 6, Episode 9.
Ever since a kid, I would go to even prisons with my parents and the band as a kid. And we will play for people on death row, people on, that won't ever see the light of day outside of prison.
Presents The Beat Basement, where you hear from your livest producers, all of them. And this is where it all goes down, where you hear the funky sounds from the producers that's up and coming to Grammy Award winning, all of them. And I'm your host, Swish, and we going in. Everything going in. Well, on this episode, man, we got the hottest producer out, man. He stays laying stuff down for his town. You know what I'm saying? Always coming back around with them funky sounds. My buddy Chunky.
Yo, what's good, man?
Chunky Sounds, what it do?
Man, it's a blessing to be a part of this, for real.
Man, I'm glad to have you on the show finally. You know what I'm saying? We've been able to make this happen.
Yeah. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
I think we were supposed to link up and pandemic hit and all that, and but we here now.
Right. It's not gonna stop.
Nah, can't stop us, baby.
No, sir. No, sirski.
What's good, man?
Man, you tell me, man. Tell the listeners a little bit about yourself.
Man, I'm born in Buffalo, New York. I was raised half of my life in Buffalo and half of it here in the A.
How's that? Like, is it a transition? Is it?
Oh, yeah, man. I was depressed when I first came out here. And I didn't even know about, mental health and all of that as much.
I was too. I'm not gonna lie. I don't mean to jump in there.
Yeah, you feel me?
Yeah, well, when they take you out of your environment or just, what you're used to, your surroundings, and you get somewhere else, you just get sick. Like,
yeah. Like, I went to a performing arts school in Buffalo, and I was there since the 6th grade and up. And when I got pulled out, I was in the 10th grade, and I went to a school in Gwinnett called Meadow Creek. Shout out to Ghetto Creek. But I went there, bro, and at the end of it took me a year and a half to just be like, man, this is depressing. Like, I don't even, my credits weren't even add up, so I had to, repeat a whole other grade.
That's the thing about here. They'll screw you over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if you're not a certain age, then they'll hold you back. Credits, we'll just shuffle them however we want and put you back. Or you know what I'm saying?
I don't even get that, bro.
Yeah.
I know so many people from here that graduated high school when they're 18,
20.
19, 20. And it's that's unheard of in New York, man. I got depressed. I was like, oh, man, you telling me that all my friends back home, they're about to graduate at 17, and I got to repeat freaking junior year at 17? Nah, man. So I dropped out, and I was on the verge of getting my GED, and I just started playing with different bands, started gigging. Next thing you know, I'm on the road. I'm touring, doing all of that.
Wait. So let's go back to Buffalo, growing up in Buffalo. Shout out to Buffalo, man.
Yeah, baby, 716.
I got a dope football team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really think y'all do.
Took us a minute.
Yeah, it is there.
Yeah.
How'd you start? Is that where you musically inclined?
Yeah, my family, we grew up in the church. since my grandparents, we always had a church, that we always attended and catered to.
Do you think all producers? I mean, that should be like the foundation.
I mean, the fundamentals that you learn, and the self discipline that you learn in church, that helped me a lot, man. That helped me a lot, especially when it comes to producing, because I believe less is more, you know. And in church, if you're doing too much, you're gonna get called out
Right away.
right
Real
away.
quick. Real quick.
My uncle used to get mad because I used to hate like playing with the ride. When the hook would come, you would get on the ride cymbal.
Wait, so he had you actually.
I was playing drums at church, yeah, and he either be singing or playing guitar, and he used to look. Shout out to my uncle Angela, I love him, and I'm so thankful he
Shout
taught
out,
me
Unc.
these things, cause he would look back at me and he would just do this gesture like hit the ride
At the right time.
Yeah.
You better.
You'd be like, and I'm like, all right. Now I know I gotta come up on the ride on this part, Yeah. It's just certain things like that. My big brother Joey, they're all musicians. My cousin Frankie, my big brother Joey. I grew up looking up to them. 'Cause not only they're way taller than me, but they're like monsters in music. Even the knowledge my cousin Frankie has from whatever genre. He's so knowledgeable, and he's such an incredible, versatile musician, percussionist, drummer. And you got my older brother who's the same, keyboardist, producer, master percussionist, and he's seen the whole world, done it all, man. So it's
Where do you fall in line musically?
musically,
Percussionist, also drummer.
I started on percussion at the age of 4. I started on percussion, but I'm a drummer, man. Like, yeah, you put me on a set and I'm gonna feel right at home, with drums. That's my thing. I mean, production is, for me, it's like everything in one, which I love, but drumming is, that's one of those things, and I feel like I'm part of a brotherhood of drummers, I was just in New Orleans with them too, man. We was one of them got married this past Sunday. So shout out to Eric Freely, who is one of my favorite drummers, man, growing up, and it was a blessing to see that, and it reassured me like, yo, drumming is who you're a drummer, bro.
Yeah.
You just happen to produce, you just happen to sing, you just happen to write songs, but in the end, bro, you're a drummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. At that New Orleans, man, it gives you. I mean,
Oh,
it's all live too. It's all instruments. Just about. They'll pick up anything and just start. Tapping and banging on it.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. The perfect place to get married, especially for an artist. I mean, a
Bro.
producer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like just walking down Frenchman, and you seeing all these bands. Literally in every place there was a band. So walking down and embracing that and taking that all in, that was beautiful, man.
Yeah, it hits you in your soul.
Man.
It hits you kind of deep, especially if you got some alcohol. Some alcohol. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was probably the bachelor party part. My fault. But you could literally walk down the
Yeah.
street, and just feel a
Yeah.
vibe down there.
Oh yeah, we kept it chill. We kept it mature,
Yeah.
but we definitely was vibing, bro.
Yeah. So from the church, you would go home and make all the noise and everything in your room, just playing the drums.
Yeah.
What your parents?
My parents had a band
What they say? Oh,
since the 70s. It had like a gospel funk type of band. It was, it's gospel music.
do you remember the name?
Sounds of Glory.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because as generations grew, certain people from the fam, certain, like the band will go through its like transitioning periods where, okay, two singers no longer sing in the band, but now two new singers, younger, are now in the band. And so after a certain time, by the time we got to like 2000, year 2000, it was like the last final generation of the band, and it was a lot younger, and we got more into writing records, playing a lot. You know, I ever since a kid, I would go to even prisons with my parents and the band as a kid, and we will play for people on death row, people on, you know, that won't even ever see the light of day outside of prison, you know. And my parents been doing that way before I was born.
But then you were a part of the band once you were
Yeah.
once you were
Basically,
of age.
like I would be on percussion every now and then with them, but they would have to put me on a chair to reach the timbales and the congas. But as soon as I got tall enough to reach the kick pedal on the drums, you know, my cousin who was playing drums and actually recorded on the album that they did, he was like, man, I think he didn't make it to Toronto. We had a joint to do, a show to do in Toronto, and he didn't make it. He got stuck at the border, you know, at the Peace Bridge, and so there was no other drummer who knew the songs, who was around in the rehearsals. So they threw me up on stage like, dog, you got to do it. I was like, no, I even think I was crying. I was like 9 years old or 10. I was just like, I can't do this. Y'all putting way too much pressure on me. But I did it, man. I said, you know what? Everybody hyped me up, so I went up there, and I'm barely able to reach the pedal, but I did it. And ever since then, man, like I was playing drums for them.
Why you never felt like congas was it? You know what I'm saying? The instrument for
Oh,
you.
wow.
You know what
That's
I'm
a
saying?
good question. I guess I felt more attracted to the kit, drum kit, because, you know, congas is cool, and I respect that. And, I mean, that's where it came from. Hand percussion, West Africa, like, we get all our rhythm from that drum, you know? But something about when you're on kit, man, I guess because my brain is split in those ways that congas were just, it was too simple for me. You know, with the drums, I'm busier. You know, I feel more aligned, you know, and I love it, man. I love it. I love separating my right hand on the hat to create a different pattern. I love my kick, you know, trying different innovative ways of playing on the kick, you know, and then it's just, and the whole thing with groove, man. Like, sometimes when I'm playing, like, I reciprocate that feeling, and I get into the zone where I'm just like, I'm at awe, man. That's why I'm so grateful that I am a drummer. You know, I took it for granted for a little bit, but man, lately I just been like, oh, man, I'm so grateful that I'm able to do this.
You know what time it is? It's the cook up. Time for the cook up.
Hey.
The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Take that first step. That's the leap of faith. Put the other foot in front of the next. And put the other foot in front of the next one. And the other foot in front of the next one. And now you walking. Then you walking into the right direction. You walking into your destiny. You walking into your future. Now you running into it. Now you running. Now all your dreams are coming true. Your dreams are right there in front of you. They're in hand's reach. You see how that happens? You got to start. You got to start somewhere, somehow. That's my word, y'all. Blessings on blessings on blessings. Peace.